Welcome back. Welcome back. WNYWaterCooler.com podcast. We got Steve, the host, and we got Coast.
What's up, Jam Man?
Uh, what a weird game that was on Sunday. We were
Yeah,
down the whole first
y-
half. It's like, I might just jump off the roof here.
I mean, we've played 7 games, and in 4 of them, maybe, we've had just brutal first halves. Arizona, 17-3. Baltimore, we were getting out. Baltimore, we were down 21-3. Houston, we were down 20-3. And then Tennessee, we're down 10-0. It's obviously an issue.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the problem is. They just sleepwalk through the first quarter or something.
Well, defense is like going through the motions. I don't know if they're intentionally like vanilla, or it just seemed like we should have been being way more aggressive on with Mason Rudolph than it appeared that we were. I mean, he was nickel and diming us all, up and down the field.
Yeah, would they have like eight tight ends on the fucking field? I mean, every time I mean, I haven't watched every play, but I'm just tight end, some weird 80 something tight end. I was about to snap.
It was like the same play to a bunch of different guys, like little play fakes, and then they'd leak out a tight end and it'd go for, they'd get a bunch of yards, and it seemed like they were just doing that at will. And then the second half starts, and it just seemed like we started being super aggressive, putting a ton of guys on the line, bringing pressure on Rudolph. And it seemed to, I mean, their offense did next to nothing the entire second half of the game. Um, Offensively, it just seems like we're just sort of lethargic out there. I hate it seems like we're overly conservative on early downs. Then you get the drop on the first Cooper pass, which of course that's going to happen. Um, but just, nothing seems to be working offensively in the first halves. Our best play, only good play, was really a broken play on that long pass to Coleman. So, but then in the second half, they look like a different team. So it's hard to, I don't know. I'm personally am concerned about the way we're starting these games. You can't start like that against a team that's at least decent, even a team like Seattle with a decent offense. Because you're not going to be down 10-0. You're going to be down, 20-3 again. So they got to figure that out.
Yeah, and a trip out west, not exactly an ideal antidote for that.
Yeah, well, and Tennessee gave us a little bit of a gift in the first drive of the third quarter, when for some inexplicable reason, in my opinion, they went for it on like 4th and 2 on their own side of the 50, and then just ran it into the line and gave us the ball there, and then we scored. That was, I can't, maybe that was Cooper's touchdown, I can't remember, but I just didn't understand why they did that. Our offense hasn't been doing anything all game, just punt and make us drive the field, but they kind of let us take over.
I didn't have a problem with the play, just the decision to go for it, but the play call, I'm trying to bring it up. I think it was 3rd and 1. Uh, I got it right here. It was right. Okay, so second half, yeah, turnover on down. So they had 3rd and 1 from the 45, direct snap to Pollard into the middle of the line for
Oh
a
yeah,
-1 yard,
yeah.
and then they line up everyone, jumble everyone together. The crowd's going nuts, so it's already loud. And then they just it was there had to have been 22 people in the box, or maybe 20, and they just give it to him, and it was never going to work. I mean, I'm looking directly down the middle of the field from the end zone, and it's like that is the worst. If they did maybe a play action or something, like okay, maybe, but that you could just see them lining up to run for it. Not a chance.
No chance at all. And I mean, they were at the 44. I just didn't think they needed to go for it there. It's just all these analytics. It was the right move, but the way the game was going, you're on the road. You're a 9.5 point dog. Like, just 4th and 2. It wasn't fourth and that foot. just punt. But you're right, the play was terrible with the jumbo, and it had no chance. So
Yeah, so then
that
it was
worked out for us.
touchdown. Yeah, then we score a touchdown 2 minutes and 32 seconds later. They punt in 4 plays. We get a field goal in 3 plays, and then we score a touchdown, punt, field goal, interception, touchdown,
Yep,
end of game. Like,
yep, yeah. And they even gave us another gift in the first half when Rudolph fumbled that snap, but we couldn't do anything with it. I think Allen got sacked, and there's probably penalties. I can't remember, but we didn't even get a field goal attempt. Do you remember that play?
yeah, so we get the ball. Rudolph, yeah, Bernard got it, and then yeah, we went up the middle for no gain. Then we got a first down to Kincaid, and then Joshy
Yeah,
Poussat, incompletion. Yeah, punt.
yeah. I mean, Allen started the game again. Like I don't know what he was, 4 for 11 for like 60 yards in the first half. Just, I mean, they just have to be better in the first halves of these games. I mean, could there have been a little bit of a hangover after the Monday nighter? Maybe, but I mean, this is again, it's a trend. It's not a one timer. It's 4 out of 7 games where we've started horribly. So I don't know if that's on Babbage and Brady or whatever it is. It just it could be an issue.
I mean, I would assume it's on everyone, but I mean, on the first drive of the game, of course, they throw it right to your boy, directly in his hands, drops it. I was about to leave. I was snapping. I was just furious that we trade for a guy that can't catch. And then, I mean, after that, it's like, luckily we're playing the Titans, but
Yeah, that was a pretty funny way for the Cooper era to start after people were talking about him having the drops and then his first play on a third down, it just hits him in the helmet. Um, but other than that, I thought he made some good plays. Obviously, scored a touchdown, had a couple, what do you have, 4 catches maybe? One was a nice catch on a slant that was behind him. But you can tell he's going to open things up. And I mean, Coleman, Coleman might be a superstar the rest of the season. But
hmm.
he might have 1,000 yards. I'd probably bet he's going to have 1,000 yards this season.
Huh. Well, why are we passing the ball up 27-10 with uh 4 minutes and 35 seconds left in the game?
Uh, I
Oh
mean,
no, it was 34-10. So we were up. No, wait.
no, it was
No,
27-10.
27-10. Yeah, 27-10. Yeah, so we're up 17. What are we doing? I didn't get that.
I mean, I think they had a run play called, and then they've tried that little quick slant to Coleman before,
Yeah, usually just hits him
and
in the head when he's trying to
yeah,
run block.
so they liked the matchup and they threw it. I don't know. I don't have a problem with it at all. I mean, they weren't like chucking it 60 yards downfield. The I mean, Coleman caught the pass like 2 yards downfield and then just like broke tackles. And what's he supposed to do? Just go down on purpose? The guy makes plays when he has the ball in his hand. He got robbed on that touchdown. I mean, that was a joke.
But he couldn't. He should have ran away from them on that play. He got caught from behind.
Well, he thought he like stumbled. I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter. He whenever the guy consistently makes plays when we throw him the ball. The touchdown was a great catch. I mean, he got 3 feet in. It was ridiculous that they overturned that. Um, and he had made a couple nice plays in the game, 125 yards.
I don't remember what touchdown that was. Well,
They threw a back shoulder. He made a one-handed catch, got his feet down. The ball like moved a little bit, but he had possession when he crossed the goal line, and then the ball like moved. But then he like regained possession, and I don't know. It was just to me clearly not a play. They called it a touchdown on the field. He must have been getting a beer or something. They called it a touchdown on the field, and then they overturned it, which I thought was perplexing to say the least. And that I think we kicked a field goal there to go up 27-10.
oh, Yeah, I must have just thought that it was a touchdown. I probably ran to take a piss or something.
Yeah, we got robbed on that. He got robbed on that. So, um, anyways, uh, NFL officiating. It's like the guy made a great play, got 3 feet in, his hand was down, the ball like moved a little bit. Like, give me a break. It was a touchdown.
Well, so we win basically how we thought we were going to win. So 5-2, the Jets are an absolute disgrace. I mean, they might not be dead, but for them to win the division, I mean, it would have to be like Kyle Allen being the quarterback, or I mean, well, I guess it'd be Trubisky. But I mean, the schedule we got. We'll just read it off. It's tough, but there's a lot of like games that are like we're gonna win those games. I mean, Seahawks. I mean, we'll give our prediction at the end of this. That's not an easy game. But
No.
then you got the Dolphins at home. I don't know. I can't believe that idiot is playing, but
I hate that he's playing. I hate that he's playing. I hate that I hate the like the vibe of him playing. I hope it doesn't mentally impact any of our guys. Like, are we gonna be like afraid to hit this guy? Like, it's the whole thing is awkward. But I mean, I doubt
yeah,
they
it,
will
it
be.
makes
But
me like kind of sick. But
yeah,
at least he's playing a game before us, so if he gets hit again, because like that'd be the third time if he gets hurt against us. It's like,
yeah, yeah. So I'm glad he's playing a game before us too. But
that's I
I
don't
mean,
know.
losing at home to Miami when Tua is just coming back from injury would be a surprising result. But I mean, I just don't think that they weren't playing good to start the season with Tua. I mean, we smoked them. So
Yeah, and
I don't know.
they can't be saying that it's just the offense. I mean, I guess I don't know. Well, I'll bring up the Dolphins here. I mean, last week they played the Colts, right?
Yeah, they lost
I don't
by.
remember any scores of last Sundays. I have like I didn't look at anything, and then Monday I was not paying attention to stuff. So they
Wasn't it like 16-15 or something?
16-10. Yeah, so they I
Okay.
guess their defense has been playing all right. They gave up 24 to Seattle, 31 to the Titans, 15 to the Patriots.
I
The
mean,
Colts game, I
31
mean
to the
that
Titans. They gave up 31 points to
yeah,
Levis. That's
10
kind of
point.
rough.
Yeah, they gave up 10 to the Patriots. 31 to Levis. Yeah. But I
Yeah.
mean those are their schedule. I mean, talk about a schedule. They got at Buffalo, at Rams, and then they still have at Packers, at Texans. They still have the 49ers. Two
Well,
Jets games. They're not going to win both Jets games.
I mean, you got to think of it like, um, you know, how many wins would they need like to win the East? The Jets or Dolphins probably need 11 wins, right? So then you're talking about the Jets because I feel like I mean, say we go 10-7, so comfortably they would need 11 wins, which means the Jets have to go 9-1,
Yeah, I mean, if
right?
we're 10-7, that means we go Bills go 5-5 the rest of the season.
And the Jets would have to go 9-1, and the Dolphins would have to go 9-2. So, or it's in looking at our schedule. So the Jets are already going to have after this week. The Jets are already going to have played both of their Pats games.
Yeah.
Um,
They still have to come in our barn. They still have to go at Miami at the end of the year. I mean, that game, that could be, I don't know. I mean, it's tough to predict either of these two teams. I can't
wait,
see.
wait. So they have to play each other twice still?
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of those teams, you're getting losses right there. So I mean, if the Bills get to 11 wins, they're winning the division. Probably, I, it's going to take. It's going to be tough for the Bills to blow this. I mean, I'm not going to say it's like a lock, but
They'd have to lose to the Patriots at least once.
yeah, which they're terrible, and by then they'll probably have mailed it in. I'm sure that they'll probably have fired the coach by then, and they'll.
No, they're not firing that dude.
I don't know. It's a disaster.
Kraft came out and said that
They
he
knew he.
handpicked him 5 years ago. Like
Yeah, I
if you
heard
did
that.
that, you're not going to give him
That's true.
1 year with a rookie and Belichick's team, basically. I love
Yeah,
Belichick still like chirping and that whole situation's funny. But everyone hates the coach. From what I've
Yeah.
heard, I'm obviously not watching the Patriots games, but their coach doesn't make any smart decisions. And
And he called the players soft.
yeah, yeah, the team I'm in charge of, they're soft. So what kind of reflection is that on you?
And
Strange.
Belichick was like, no, this guy, Belichick was like, a lot of these guys are my guys. We were great against the run. It's kind of funny. Belichick's pretty good in media. I gotta give him that. Um, but yeah, so we need basically to get to 10. We need to win 5 more games. We got 2 Pats games. We got Indy. We got Miami and the
My
Jets at home. We got the Rams, who, if they trade Cup and things keep going a certain way for them, they could be mailing it in. Um,
the
so
Niners at home.
Niners, Niners and Chiefs at home, yeah. So I mean, you can look at the schedule and come up with a scenario where we go 12-5, 13-4, just, pretty
If you're a
plausibly.
family.
Well, I mean, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's not ridiculous to say,
I would guess the odds are that we have to be favored to go 6-0 in the division. I mean, our hardest division game left is what, Miami or at New England? I mean, we have the Jets at home. We have all 3 home division games, and then we have at the Patriots. That's it. So we got to be favored to win all. We're going to be in favored in all those games.
what game are we underdogs the rest of the season?
At Lions,
At
definitely.
Lions. At Lions.
Chiefs,
I don't know.
the Chiefs at home. That might. I mean, they don't like to do pick 'em. I don't know. Well, it could be. It depends on how the Chiefs look with this. I don't
Yeah.
know what Hopkins is going to do for them.
Well, if the game was this week, what do you think the line Bills? I feel like the Bills aren't getting as much respect this year from the lines makers, but
But
I
people
think the
that actually
Chiefs would
watch the
probably be
league,
favored.
people that actually watch the
Yeah,
league know that Mahomes does not look good, but the defense is playing well, and
I think the Chiefs would probably be like 1 point favorites if the game was this weekend. But besides the Chiefs and Lions, the Bills are going to be favored in every other game this season. I mean, I guess the
yeah,
Niners if they get healthy and start reeling off wins, but
yeah. I mean,
that's
if we're
it.
favored at Seattle, we're going to be favored at the Colts and at the Rams. I mean, we're definitely not going to be favored at the Lions, but
We're comfortable favorites at Seattle too. It's not like it's minus like a half point or something or a point. It's a solid. I mean, if the game was at home, we'd be like touchdown favorites. So
yeah,
it's I guess that is some respect. So you're looking at the rest of the way where we're going to be underdogs in maybe 2 games, and so there's definitely a path there to win. They should win 11 games. Put it that way.
yeah.
At this point, especially given how Jets and Dolphins look, and the Patriots being as bad as they are. But so I don't know. Is the Dolphins line out yet?
For next week, I mean, it's probably out. Yeah, I'll look it up in a minute. I was just looking at Seahawks their injury report. I mean, there's no way Metcalf plays. If he's week to week, why would they play him in a non-con game?
100% agree. This is
As
like the least important game. Like I don't know who they play next week, but you would not risk that in a non-conference game when I mean look at the division. They're like right in it. I just feel like you wouldn't want to rush your best player back in a non-conference game when you're in first place like I don't know. I mean,
yeah, I mean their division's a dogfight, but yeah, so they're 4-3. Arizona SF are 3-4, and the Rams are 2-4. Rams are seemingly like selling off. So they got the Bills, and they play the Rams next week at home,
yeah, and that's
then
a game
at
you got to win.
Niners, then Cardinals. So their
Yeah.
next three, I
This is
mean,
the
this
lead.
could
Yeah.
be, yeah, this could be one. If they get down 10, they might just be like, well, let's just chill out. I mean, their next three are gigantic games. Those are 3 huge games.
3 divisional games in a row. Yeah. You're not rushing DK Metcalf back to face the Bills when your next 3 games are in the division.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't expect Metcalf to play. He didn't practice yesterday. I don't know about today. I mean, I know I mean, could you make this a similar argument for us with respect to like Bernard and um I don't know, but
Yeah,
Bernard just
Bernard,
has
I could see Bernard maybe not playing, but DK Metcalf or Bernard, I mean, who has more of an impact on the game? I don't
yeah,
know. Does Bernard ever play 4 quarters? This
he's
guy,
dude, he's been injured 4 times since the Steelers playoff game. How many games is that? 8, basically. He's played
and
eight
how many
games.
turnovers does he have? Like 6.
Yeah, he gets one a game that he plays. But he got hurt. Like so, he had the ankle injury against Pittsburgh. Then he has the pec. Then he comes back and he hurt just Sunday. He hurts his shoulder and his ankle again.
Ankle.
He
Yeah.
looks so small out there. Like it doesn't surprise me that this happens, but I mean
Yeah,
he
he does
is
look
yeah.
small. And the number, I think the number throws off too. Like the number
Yeah,
43. I'm thinking like a running back from the 90s or like a small
yeah, he
DB,
looks
like a
like
safety, like a backup safety.
yeah, looks like a safety out there, but I don't know. He has an ankle sprain. I think they said he's day to day. He didn't practice. He's not practicing today, but
He
as
had a
long as he
personal
practices
excuse or some shit.
yesterday, he did. I think today he just
Yeah.
isn't practicing, but he could. I don't know. You know how we are with injuries, so it's probably going to be Spector and Dorian Williams next week, or I mean this week. Which I guess with Metcalf out, I don't know. I mean, they're without Metcalf,
They still have two good options,
Jack. Yeah,
but
they do. But
I still, I mean, Smith and Jigba at Ohio State, I liked him, but they were saying he's never had over 60 yards receiving in a game. I mean, part of that probably is there everyone's eats in that receiver room, but still, I mean, he would have one breakout game, I would think.
he's got he's got 37 for 319 on the season. Lots of short receptions. He must be like a big underneath guy because he's
Yeah,
got fewer.
he sounds to me like Shakir. I mean, he's probably much higher drafted, but
He's got fewer yards than Coleman on. He has. Let's see. He has 21 more receptions and 7 fewer yards
and the other
than.
thing, I mean, Kenneth Walker, he was out for an illness, so that, but he's been banged up. But I mean,
Yeah.
maybe he just has a cold or something. He's probably fine because he's having a really good year. He's looked good.
Well, with how much they like to throw with him, that's what I get worried about with Bernard being out. Is if they're going to throw a ton of passes to Walker, and we got Spector out there, but um, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I expect Bernard to miss, so that's what we're going to be dealing with.
Yeah, both running backs, they have combined 43 catches. I mean, some of these Seahawks games are crazy. They're just like crazy shootouts. Like that Lions game was insane. The Niners game, I mean, that game they got beat up bad, but they were fighting till the end. So they scored 26, 23, 24, 29, 20, 24, 34. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
this team just chucks the ball to the end.
Yeah, they do have a good offense. I feel like the Lions game was a lot of garbage time. Same with the Niners, but
Well, the Lions game, they got it back to close, and then the Lions just
it
kept getting like 70-yard touchdowns.
was 21-7 and a half. Yeah, they were kind of in it. 21-7, then it was 21-14,
Yeah, I watched the whole game. It
28-14.
was a primetime game.
Oh, I don't watch those. Uh Niners game,
Weird.
Niners game was 23-3 San Fran, and then they clawed back kind of. So, I don't know. And even the Falcons game, like, you know, some people saying it was like their first good win. If you look at the box score, like the Falcons had more first downs. They were 8 for 15 on third down. They had more total yards.
You
They
can't lose to the Giants at home
but they
either.
had three. There was the Falcons had 3 turnovers, and the Seahawks had 0. And the Seahawks had a defensive touchdown. So the score for that Atlanta game, not saying Seattle didn't like dominate, but it's a little bit misleading. But you're right, they lost at home to the Giants, so, and they got lit up by dimes, 23 to 34, 257 and 2. And he ran for 38 yards. So
Yeah, so their point differential, they're plus 16. The Bills are plus 63.
Yeah, I mean the
Yeah, the
Bills are the better
Dolphins,
team. The Bills are the
yeah,
better team. I mean,
Dolphins just last, they have 70 points total this season. They have less points by far but fewer than the Patriots. Well, okay, they played one less game, but still 29 less points than the Patriots in one less game.
you want to be averaging 12 points a game.
I
I mean,
don't understand the love for that fucking guy.
it's
Even now, they're like, oh, I don't want to discount Mike McDaniel. We'll talk about him next week, I guess. That
Tua
team,
Tua make like a Tua makes a 20-point difference. It's crazy. Like I find it hard to believe that
didn't
Tua
he handpick these backups? I mean, don't they think, wouldn't you think in the back of your mind, Tua, he might get hurt. He gets, oh, wow, one year he didn't get hurt. Whatever. We'll talk about them next week. I don't, I can't with the fucking Dolphins and Mike McDaniel.
we're 5.5-point favorites right now against Miami.
Yeah. And we'll see what the weather is. If it's even a little bit cold, I don't know, they'll turtle that
Needs
fucking
needs
team.
needs some shit weather so ticket prices will drop. Jesus, these ticket prices are crazy right this season.
Well, there's only what, there's 12 more home games left in the stadium somehow. I don't know how that makes any sense. They were building a new stadium, but whatever.
Last 1 o'clock home game until like December 22nd or something.
Yeah, I forget
And
all the like nerds love 1 o'clock games. Yeah, so this
the
spread's
best
held
time
at
to
three.
watch
All
football.
yeah, the Bills game's 4 o'clock. It's held at three the whole
What?
week. Over under's 47. It's kind of low. Is that just that seems low to me? I think I'm
What do we?
debating that.
So they're calling for like 25-22 Bills win.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know, man. So many times these games that you are supposed to be shootouts just like don't end up being
Yeah, like the
shootouts.
Houston game, a lot of people thought there'd be. I mean, I guess our highest, well, the Arizona game, there was a ton of points, but other than that, it was 41, Jags was 57, 45, 43, 43, 44. So,
And the games that go over are usually because we score 40 points ourselves. So, I mean, how many games have there been where it's been like both teams in the 30s with the Bills? I feel like it really doesn't happen that often. I mean, there was that in the regular season. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. There was that Titans game where Allen fell sneaking it, but
I mean,
I don't
Titans
know.
are, well, the Cardinals game 34-28. I mean,
That's true. That's true.
that's all, what, nine
Yeah, you're right.
touchdowns or
Yeah, you're
whatever,
right.
maybe.
That one counts. Yeah, but it seems like when we score in the 30s, we usually win convincingly. I think our defense is built exactly to play with the lead. So, but
Well, Ray Davis, Cook. I mean, it was nice to see Shakir back. I mean, clearly we need that guy, which is
yeah, I mean, adding Cooper just puts every receiver in a more, I think, comfortable situation. Um, so it's hard to argue now. Like, could you make the argument? If anyone would make it, it'd be you. That our receiving core was better last year than it is right now. If everyone's healthy,
well with Cooper,
yeah, with Cooper,
Shakir, Coleman. It's
yeah.
probably better now,
I mean,
but
I guess you're comparing essentially Cooper, Shakir, Coleman with Diggs, Shakir, Davis. And then it would be like
I
I don't
just
know,
never loved Davis. Gabe Davis to me,
he
I never liked
sucks.
him. He'll have a big game every 4 or 5 games, but his big games to me were never like. I mean, what's his most catches in a game? Like, I don't feel like looking it up. I don't remember him having more than like 5 or 6 catches, except for yeah, the 13-second game. But
Right, the 13-second game, which obviously was a big game, but if that game didn't happen, I think he made a lot of money off of that game, and he's had big games in the regular season, but big play guy, boomer bust. A lot of he did nothing a lot. So he's better. I mean, I was about to say he's not too dissimilar from Matt Collins, but Davis definitely better down the field. Matt Collins is a joke, but last year we had those three guys, and then last year we had Sherfield and Hardy, and this year we have Collins and Samuel. So I don't know. I think our
Yeah, I mean,
receiving core in total is better this year than last year, without a doubt. Now,
no, yeah, well, not it wasn't 9 days ago,
debatable, but yeah,
but yeah, that fucking scrub uh that we got from Washington or Carolina, wherever the hell he played last, he is just, I mean, that guy is horrible. Samuel, I mean,
I don't know what
uh,
the issue is. I really don't know what the issue is with him. It's
hurt again.
inexplicable. Yeah, hurt again, so injury prone. Um, just inability to. I mean, there's a lot of blame to go around with Samuel. First and foremost, I mean, obviously, this free agency class is looking like an absolute disaster. Between Edwards and Samuel, like you sign these guys, and you would think that you would sign them for a reason. Like they're going to fit in and help your team. Clearly not what's happening. So really, if this continues the rest of the season, just horrible whiffs by Bean. Smoot seems like a good addition, but I don't
Yeah, but
know.
I mean, in the drafts, they got Coleman. Bishop has been nothing, but Carter, Lil
Carter's falling.
Weezy, he's been playing well, and Ray Davis has been a big
Yeah,
contributor. So, but yeah,
I'm talking just free agency.
yeah,
Just
free
doesn't.
agency. Yeah, that safety that we got from the Chiefs. I don't even know what number he is.
I just don't understand how he can't do what Hamlin does. Like everyone wants to say, you listen to like Sal or any of these other beat reporters. It's like, oh, he's where he's supposed to be. Like he doesn't. He just kind of chills back there. Like
Well, it just
Edwards
takes so.
can't do that.
It seems like McDermott gets these defensive guys, keeps them in the system for years, and then they just like
Yeah,
even Hamlin. I've used to hate him. I mean, even after well, I guess he didn't fake the injury, but he's played pretty well this year. I mean, doesn't he have 2 picks? I mean,
yeah. He has two picks, one on a overthrow and another one on a play that a different player made the play on.
yeah,
Like
but I
Ben.
see people drop. I see people drop defensive players drop interceptions all the time. I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
I'll give him some credit for him.
I'm not saying that Hamlin's playing poorly based on what he's asked to do. But what I'm saying is, I just don't understand why someone who's maybe more talented athletically, like Edwards,
Higher paid too.
higher paid, more, maybe more upside, can't do what he's asked to do. He's not, I don't think he's asked to, I mean, he's like a
Well, we got, we
deep
got, we got, we
safety.
need our predictions here. We're running out of time.
Oh, shit. If Metcalf doesn't play, and I don't expect Metcalf to play,
I'm
I
going
think,
30-20 Bills.
all right, I'm going to go 33-17 Bills.
Well, Gino, our old boy, still chugging along. That guy's had an incredible career. I'll give him
Hell yeah,
the last
man.
5 seconds of that. I mean, incredible. EJ
Kind of like
Manuel, how long has he been out of the league?
it's sort of like Fitzpatrick a little bit, except Gino probably better.
Yeah. Well, we'll see in Seattle.